Hey, what's going on with the YouTube? It's your boy Trending Ken back again with some news you could use, man. And today we got Alpo Martinez. If you don't know who he is, the first thing I'm gonna tell you to do is go watch the movie Paid in Full. It was based on him and largely around the things that he did in his life to get him where he at today, man. Unfortunately, he was killed last night. I don't know if it was payback, retribution, or karma, but they got him last night, man. I got all the details inside this video, but before I get into that, you know what I need you to do, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, man. Get in the comment section if you don't want to subscribe, then we can talk about it. You can come back later, you can subscribe, man. You could be anywhere in the world you want to be, but you right here with me, man. Trending Ken. Hit that subscribe button. It won't cost you nothing. Now, like I said, man, just a little backdrop on Alpo Martinez before I get into the details, man. Back in the day, he was one of them balling cats out of New York, man. Big balling, you know what I'm saying? And to this day, people revere him as one of the, the top guys that came out of Harlem back in that day. But unfortunately, he faced a lot of charges for murder and drugs and all these other things, man. And he ended up telling on a lot of people, man. And just like I said, if you go back to the movie Paid in Full, it was based largely around the things that he did. Now, Alpo was released a few years ago, and when I seen him get released, I mean, he was immediately back into it, man. I'm talking about balling and shot calling. He was walking around New York without a care in the world, and it was always this background speculation going on about why ain't nobody doing nothing to him. But one thing people don't realize is Alpo wasn't only a baller, he was also a killer. So you wasn't gonna just come at him on that rah-rah stuff, you know what I'm saying? If you came at him, you had to do him like how they did him last night, you know what I'm saying? Because not only was he about his money, he'll put you down. But, that's a little backstory on him before I get into the facts of what actually happened last night. According to sources, Alpo Martinez was shot and killed in Harlem, New York in an apparent drive-by shooting this morning with a hell of bullets fired from a passing vehicle. The unfortunate story of Mr. Martinez ended abruptly early this morning when he was shot and killed in his neighborhood of North Manhattan. Though information confirmed publicly by the New York Daily News, Alpo was struck multiple times in the chest by a hell of bullets fired from a passing vehicle on West 147th Street shortly after 3:30 a.m. Mr. Martinez was rushed to the hospital but couldn't be saved upon his arrival. Now, what they're basically saying is that he was sitting in his car and somebody rolled up and did a classic drive-by on him. The shocking part to me is how they did it in Manhattan and not in Harlem in some back alley that he be hanging out in with all these guys who got a problem with him but just ain't saying nothing. But it just goes to show that no matter where you at, if they want you, they're going to get you. While obvious surveillance will be revealed in the coming hours by the NYPD, we find it shocking that his guard was down and he was moving around with his bulletproof vest on that we seen him with in videos. At the top of the year, Alpo had been one of the most requested people to have a sit down with, including from Queen's Flip and Vlad TV being the ones fans wanted to see him sit down with. While that's obviously out of the question now, we're curious how far he got with the documentary he was putting together. So like I said, if you haven't watched Paid in Full, put that on your agenda today. Go watch Paid in Full and look at the guy that Cameron played. That was Alpo Martinez' role in there. He had a vicious role in there, man. And they saying that now, since he passed away, it's going to be a full documentary about his life leading up to the events that happened last night. Unfortunately, the man was killed. But when you dealing in the game like that, where you killing and dealing and telling, man, you can't expect nothing less than what happened, man. I don't wish jail on nobody, and I don't wish death on nobody. I don't know if Alpo Martinez was one of the guys who say he don't wish jail on nobody, because obviously he put a lot of people in jail. But, that's neither here nor there. And this should serve as a lesson to the younger guys. Hey, you're going to be running the streets, doing things to people and doing everything but getting the money. This is what happens, man. This kind of stuff happens, man. This is what happened to people who take down whole nations, you know what I'm saying? Nations of gangs and drug dealers and all these kind of things, man. Alpo was a vicious dude, because not only would he kill you, he'd tell on you. And that's like a toxic combination. That's the wrong person to mess with, man. But, unfortunately, last night, karma caught up to him. And like I said, man, I don't wish jail or death on nobody, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I don't run the streets, man. and that's just how it go, man. I'ma stay on top of this. I'ma get back with you a little bit later, man. It's your boy Trending Ken, man. Subscribe.